Bum 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 bum. The Peter Dislike Show. Bum 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 bum. I just want to take a moment to thank the individual or maybe a group of people who dislike bombed my video back in 2022. What had happened was shortly before the holidays in 2022, I was copying the Peter Schiff Show opening. And I really love how when Peter says, the Peter Schiff Show, it sounds a lot like he's saying, the Peter Shit Show. And I decided to copy it. At the time, I was dealing with a toxic job, and I was constantly blogging about it. And I thought shit show made a whole lot of sense in that context. Unfortunately, somebody, or maybe it might have been a group of people, started dislike bombing the video. It got so bad that within moments of uploading a video, I would get dozens of dislikes. Out of frustration, I came up with a strategy. I started every video by asking for dislikes. That way, I wanted to do two things. Number one, to make the person leaving the dislikes discouraged. He didn't want to contribute to me getting a lot of dislikes and feeling happy about it. And number two, even if I continued to get dislikes, I could feel happy about it. And long story short, that jingle caught on. And to this day, I still use it 2.5 years later. Now, 2 months ago, my grandmother passed away. And when I went to her casket, I asked grandmother to talk to Mary Curry when she makes it to the other side. I wanted to meet a girl just like Mary Curry. And I gave my grandmother some material to give to Mary Curry so that she could continue working on her research. I left it in the casket. And after I went back to my hotel room, I felt compelled to reopen a dating profile that I had used many, many years ago. It was almost, I had given up on online dating so many years ago, but it was like I was directed by a higher power to reopen the account for some reason. And when I reopened the account, I was mortified by what I saw, because years ago I had some rather cringy choice of habits and lifestyles. And so I was just mortified by it. I had to delete the profile and start all over again. And after I had done that, I met a girl over in Taiwan. Unfortunately, we hit it big. We're still talking, and I had to go home. But I was so heartbroken about that trip. That was the most heartbreaking trip I ever taken back home. I mean, end of a vacation is always tough enough, but when you throw that on top of it, after I got home to the United States, I felt huge frustration with the dating profile. I had a lot of better luck in Taiwan. I don't bode well with Americans for some reason. And after I got a number of frustrating sessions like that, I decided to go back to my old trick, and I asked people to swipe left on the profile. I had gone to one of my favorite hiking trails and posed for the camera pointing left, and I started asking for left swipes. I said, I've already gotten so many left swipes in the last 2-3 weeks. Let's shoot for a record. And it was after that I met a girl in Houston. We didn't hit it big or anything, but we had a good time, and we're still chatting. And then I met another girl here in Phoenix, and I'm going to see her soon. And she's a distant cousin of, she's half Polish and half French. So we'll call her Irene because of Irene Curry. And so I just once again, I want to thank whoever dislike bombed my video back in 2022 who set all of this in motion, right? One day somebody will be asking me, well, where'd you meet your wife? Well, I met her back in the early 2020s because I was asking for dislikes on my YouTube video, and then I asked people to swipe left, right? I can't wait to be able to say that. All because somebody decided to dislike bomb my videos because I was flipping off at the camera. And why was I flipping off? Because I was a big fan of the Peter Schiff Show, aka the Peter Shit Show, right? This is the Peter Dislike Show. Bum 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 bum. The Peter Dislike Show. Bum 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 bum.